This is the Shotgun City Sheriff, the law himself, Clayton Clark.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Kennedy, a.k.a. Mr. Anderson.
This is the young Titan, Aaron Atlas.
Hey, this is Matt Brannigan.
This is the Warbound Hellhound Bo Sword.
This is your favorite drunken pro wrestler, a.k.a. the Bud Light Brawler, Dalton Davis.
This is Lizzie Six.
This is Jake Something.
And this is the jaw-jacking, back-cracking, God created all men equal, and then he made me the sequel, Rohit Raju, and you are listening to the Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast.
Spot Show Podcast. Hell yeah.
The Spot Show Podcast.
The Spot Show Podcast? Yeah, that's right, I stuttered. Shut up.
Historical facts, Dickie Wabash.
Oh, geez, we're coming straight out the gate.
Straight out the gate, brother.
Okay, what's up?
Let this sink in your head for one moment.
Oh, I love it.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Scott Hall.
Yeah?
Never competed in a Royal Rumble match.
I saw this post on Facebook, but Razor Ramon did. Which, okay, here's, because obviously at the time he was legitimately called Razor Ramon.
Yes.
So in theory, is that guy also a former Intercontinental Champion?
In theory, is that guy also considered a Hall of Famer? Because they inducted Razor Ramon and not Scott Hall.
Oh, look at us. Look at us. Well, not look at us, because we're not the ones that originally proposed these
I know,
concepts.
but it's still mind numb to plumb.
I did see this on, like, the second that you said Scott Hall, I was like, oh, I know exactly where he's going with this, because I saw this exact same post on Facebook. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Spot Show Podcast, an independent wrestling podcast with a few pit stops along the way. You are hearing us right now. I am one of your hosts, Jim Mint 10, Dickie Wabash. I am right over here with the one-legged wonder, Michael Madrox, who gets all of his contributions to the podcast off of his Facebook feed, apparently.
Social media, baby.
I mean, social media really is a driving force in so many aspects of our life, if you really think about it. And, you know, we're recording this on Terry Tuesday, of course. And I don't know what started that. I just randomly get on Facebook and see that Dalton has posted a picture of Terry Funk and it says hashtag Terry Tuesday.
And now all of us have done it.
And then Clayton did it, and then I did it, and now you did it. So I don't know.
We're making this a thing.
Absolutely. And speaking of making things a thing, Madrox, we are going back into the old review skis.
Oh, boy.
We haven't done one of these in a while.
And it's not WCW.
No, it's not. It's actually WWF. So it's Royal Rumble season. You know, Saturday is the Royal Rumble. I am going. I know you will be watching at home. You know, we got a little carload of MadBash boys going up there. I mean, we're all going to be sitting in separate parts of the arena, but I mean, we're all going to be going together. You know, MadBash is going to be there strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
Showing some support, you know.
I got a busy day for me Saturday, though.
Why's that?
A little Logan Madrox has his first tournament Saturday now.
Okay.
So we're doing that, and then we're going to have the little Madrox Rumble party after.
What time is his gimmick?
Starts at 9 a.m.
I could, in theory, make that. Because I'm not leaving for Rumble until 3.
Well, let's do it, brother.
But do I want to get up that early? Let me answer that question for you. No, I do not. Because, and it's not, like, don't get me wrong, like, I wake up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, but I also don't want to have to be rushing around in the morning because of, like, it's going to be a busy day.
Oh, yeah, especially how you are.
Dude, I didn't get, like, I woke up, but I didn't get out of bed Saturday until probably, like, moving. I just got a really funny message from Dalton in regards to Terry Tuesday. Anyway, what was I going with this? Oh yeah, I mean, like, I didn't get, like, on weekends I tend to not get moving until like 10:30. You know, like I'll wake up decently early, and if I feel like it, I'll go back to sleep and maybe sleep for a little bit longer, and then I'm out of bed at like 10:30. You know, lay in bed and peruse peruse DoorDash.
Relaxation, baby.
Yeah, peruse DoorDash and see what kind of breakfast I'm going to order. Man, this last Saturday, I made Count Chocula waffles.
Ooh.
They were good. Problem is the Count Chocula was, of course, stale.
Yeah.
Because it's friggin' January, so they're not going to be fresh as fresh can be. They were solid, though. I will say this. There definitely should not be a stack of waffles. You should only eat one waffle at a time. The pancakes, you put in a stack.
Yes.
Waffles, do not put in a stack. I had a stack of 3 of them. I sent them to my friend, and I told her the same thing I'm telling you right now, is that the human body was not made to consume more than one waffle. And I think I could do two, like, we're talking the big Belgian
Belgians,
waffles.
yeah.
Like I made it in
about 4 pancakes high.
Yeah. And even more goes into the waffle mix. Like when you take the pancake mix and you make a waffle with it, you got to put other stuff into it.
Yeah.
You got to put an egg, you got to put oil, you got to do all this other stuff.
Because you want that crispy outside, flaky inside.
Made a couple over medium eggs to go with it. So it was definitely a good little breakfast day there. Of course, again, we want to remind everyone this is the Waffle Cast, the Spot Show podcast. Each and every week, Michael Madrox and I get together and talk about the wacky world of independent professional wrestling. Sometimes we do reviews. Sometimes we just shoot the breeze. Sometimes we just, we just kind of bring whatever's in our mind.
But we're always bringing something to the table.
Always bringing something to the table, and it's always going to be wrestling adjacent. So this is your one-stop shop for all things independent professional wrestling. Here's the thing. If you like what we're doing here, you can go on over to patreon.com/MadBash Studios, back us at the $5 and above tier, and you're going to get this show completely ad-free and early. You're going to get everything that we do early, but there's also exclusive content over on the Patreon that you really need to look forward to and that you really should sign up and check out because, boy, we've really got some good stuff over there. That's the best way to support us, but there's other ways that you can support us. MadBashStudios.com. That's going to lead you to all of our social media. Go like our social media pages. Go give the website a view. I meant to announce this last week, but we have a new page on the website, the Hall of Champions, where we break down the champions. So far, there's only been 2, but that's going to be a page that grows in time as
the champion list grows.
As the championship. I mean, who knows? Colby Jack could be a forever champion.
He could be.
I wouldn't put it past him. That's not all, though. You can go to your favorite podcasting platform, leave us a 5-star written review, and let us, just share us with everyone. If you think that they're going to be into what we're doing, then let them know.
Yep.
Let them know. Here's another thing, too. I meant to mention this when I mentioned Patreon. You can gift Patreon subscriptions to the people in your life, to the people that you love. You can gift them Patreon subscriptions. That's a good way to support us.
Valentine's Day's coming up.
And Valentine's Day is coming up. What better way to show that you love, the woman and or man or NB that you love? You take them out to a nice Olive Garden dinner and you present them with a subscription to MadBash Studios. Could you?
That's better than a box of chocolate, baby.
I saw there's this TikTok that's been going around. My friend sent it to me, and then I saw it before. But this girl's like playing a prank on her boyfriend, of where she's like, I said I would take him out to dinner, but then I get in the car and say that I don't have any money. We got to cancel dinner, and the whole thing is to test the boyfriend to see if he's like, I'll step up and pay for dinner. Now imagine stepping up and being like, hey, I can't afford dinner, but I did gift you MadBash Studios on Patreon.
That's a win in my book.
You love it. You can, of course, also go to our YouTube page. We're going to give you a little bit of insider info on that YouTube. If you're going to watch one of our videos, watch at least 2 more videos after that, completely cover to cover, because that's going to give us more retention. That's going to get us in the algorithm. That's a good way to support us. Let's hack the system. Let's do this. And, of course, this episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling and Venom Energy. Speaking of energy.
Yes.
There's a lot of energy in this, Madrox.
In what we watched?
Yes,
it was, man.
We are watching the January 12th, 1998 episode of Monday Night Raw from State College.
Penn State.
From Penn State College. And trust me, they drove that point home. This
From the get-go.
From the very beginning. This is, of course, the episode that aired before the 1998 Rumble. We've talked about this before. The 1998 Rumble is my all-time favorite Rumble.
Yes.
Always will be. I've wanted to do it for Untitled before, but I don't want to because I don't want to talk over the goated commentary from Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross, because they do everything about that Rumble is just so perfect. And the build to this Rumble is perfect. I have been very vocal about the Attitude Era and how I think that with the ability of hindsight, sure, a lot of the stuff aged like milk. I'm talking about the sexual content, the innuendo. Like, there's a joke that Jerry Lawler made on this episode of Raw that I was like, oofa. Surprised that didn't get edited out. But yeah, this era, I think, we talked a little bit about the Attitude Era whenever we did our review of Raw on Netflix. And there's a couple of similarities that I want to get into. And I think that you've picked up on a lot of the same similarities as well.
Okay.
This is a time period that I know very well because I watched Royal Rumble 1998 a lot as a kid. It was one of my go-tos. I had it on a blank VHS tape that I recorded the show. I went back and watched it a lot. Fun fact, in 2014, Cecil Cerveza and I watched this same tape recording of Royal Rumble 1998. So it still holds up, and I still have the tape to this day. So what's weird about this Raw is that a lot of the segments and a lot of the like promos and all that other stuff, they're ingrained in my brain because I watched that Rumble so much, and the recap videos replayed them over and over again.
Yeah.
So a lot of the cadence of like the newest member of D Generation X, Kane.
I jump on the board there, brother.
I know we're getting ahead of ourselves, but I'm just saying, stuff like that.
Yeah, especially during this recap era of WWF.
And I want to get into those recaps as we go throughout the show. But, obviously I was watching a lot of wrestling during this time. You were as well. What are some of your memories of this time period?
Oh, dude, the whole NWA storyline, I remember that greatly. And so, like, watching this back, I was like, oh, God, there it is. Here's where it started.
A few years ago, I went back and I started watching the Attitude Era. I made it to a couple of Raws after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But granted, I don't remember a whole lot of it because it was a few years ago. Yeah, the NWA, and we're going to obviously get into that as well because that wasn't around that long.
No.
But it made an impact with me, and I definitely remember
and
it.
Especially this is like peak gang warfare where the original nation split up and then they all had their own factions.
There was a lot going on during this time
period.
Man.
And
here's the thing too. We didn't research anything before or after this. We just kind of jumped into it. And there's a few things that I don't think that it really suffers from lacking context to me personally.
No, because like this is an episode where you could pick up and you could figure out what's going on, what needed to be done, and everything.
And what's cool is that it's the go home before Rumble.
Yeah.
So there we go. All right, let's get into it. We open with D Generation X in the back of a limo.
Limousine.
And boy, do they love college chicks.
That's my first note right there, brother. That's all they're talking about.
Yeah, that's really all they're talking
We're
about.
going to Penn State because every great thing about a university is the college chicks.
And also, they got to go after Owen Hart.
And we're going to talk about the Undertaker's family.
We have an announcement about the Undertaker's family. They're just hyping up what's going to be going on throughout this entire show. DX is on their way, and Triple H says, what better way to be here in State College than to have a full moon? And segment ends with Shawn Michaels going out the roof of the limo, the sunroof, and allegedly mooning.
Yeah.
The State
parked
College
limousine.
The clearly parked limousine. How cool was DX during this time?
They were pretty cool.
And I think that because they really weren't around that long, this iteration of DX was not around as long as the one that we know. This is my DX.
This is your DX. I'm more of the New Age Outlaw X-Pac DX.
See, I'm the other way around, man. I think this is one that really doesn't get as much love as it deserves. I think that, this
DX was different, but I feel like the other DX with all the skits and everything was top tier. This DX got repetitive quick to me.
Well, the big difference is that heel and babyface.
Yes.
That version of DX that you're talking about ended up being the baby faces. Like, even though they started off,
guys.
They were the bad guys. And, this was just peak menace Shawn Michaels as well. So just not giving a fuck.
Cocaine Michaels, as the internet refers to him.
Yeah. Cocaine Michaels. Yeah. Who wins? Well, I'm not going to, because he doesn't like the whole perk angle thing. But
Peak angle.
Peak angle. I think that's the way we start doing it. Peak angle. Yeah.
That Warzone music, baby.
I was going to say, I wrote down in my notes here, all I have to say is this is the best intro to Raw ever.
I felt like I was starting up my PlayStation 1 with my copy of WWF Warzone in the PlayStation.
Same, but in 64. I had the N64 version. It's just so good. It's so good. And what's funny about this intro to me is Ahmed Johnson is featured in it a lot.
He's not there.
And Sid Vicious was in the ring. Like, that's one of the people that was in the ring. And I think this is one of the coolest intros just ever. Not even just Raw intro.
Do you know the lyrics to the song, though?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I don't think... But I do. I'll tell you what is ingrained in my skull is partially because of the Titantron play set. But yeah, they just the production of this era was just like, it was so, like, you could tell that this was the Attitude Era. It was so distinctly.
It was grungy.
Grunge is a good way to put it. And they got it from ECW.
Absolutely, man.
They got it all from ECW. And I think that now they've even started to really kind of admit that. The signs, dude.
Every fucking
The signs.
Every rewatch we watch, man. Are you taking a sign to the Rumble? Please tell me yes.
I don't know, man.
You have to.
I don't know.
We got to bring it back.
Just with the MadBash turnbuckle cross microphone.
Yeah,
on
dude.
It. MadBashStudios.com. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that's the difference.
Plug the brand, brother.
Now, I will say the signs did become a bit of a deterrent at one point during this show, and I can understand why they would have been annoying, but we'll get into that when we get there. JR, Kevin Kelly, and Michael Cole welcome us to Penn State University State College. And fun fact, this is actually the 5th anniversary of Raw on USA.
Absolutely.
Yeah, which is
Didn't
really,
even know that going into this.
Didn't know that either. All I knew is that this was the Raw before Royal Rumble, and Royal Rumble 98 is my favorite Royal Rumble, and I'm here for it. I just wanted to watch the build up for it, I guess. They are doing the live drawing tonight for the Royal Rumble. They said the first time that they've ever done that. And then we immediately cut to the ring, and it's a 4 corners tag match. We already got the Godwins, the Truth Commission, the Headbangers. They're already in the ring. And then the New Age Outlaws get their TV entrance. They're the only ones that get the TV entrance.
They needed it, man.
Always.
This is back before they were this is when they had the Rockabilly and the Double J Jesse James mixed match trunks on the bottom.
It's so weird to see New Age Outlaws and them not be in DX.
Yeah.
I always picture them as starting in D-Generation X in 98. But they were around before DX.
But they always had a loose tie to DX.
Always, because we see that later. We see it just here in a couple of segments. Road Dogg's coming to the ring, and he's doing that local sports team heat, just like they do. The start of this match is really funny to me because Billy Gunn slides into the ring, and everyone just starts beating the fuck out of him, and Road Dogg does nothing.
Yes.
Road Dogg doesn't even get in there to help him. They just start beating up Billy Gunn, and then Road Dogg's got to do whatever he's doing on the outside, and then he realizes, oh, I better get in, and then he comes in, and then the match just
Did you
goes
notice
from there.
Don Callis pre-stress balding on the outside doing the solo Sokoa?
Yes.
Or the Jacob Fatu I love you solo pose the whole time. I popped
did.
for a little bit though.
What'd you pop for?
We got Michael Cole on commentary, right? Sniper from the Truth Commission gets tagged in, and Cole didn't even know who the hell he was. He gets tagged in, and Cole's like, Truth Commission gets tagged in.
I want to talk about the tags in this match because it's one fall to a finish.
Yes.
It's a 4 corners tag match. Why are the other teams tagging into the other teams?
It's anyone could tag in anyone.
But why though?
It's what they started with the first ever Raw Ball. Do you remember that?
No, enlighten.
It was a 4-way tag match like this,
Yes.
and anyone could tag in. And this is how they started doing the whole partners would pin partners and shit, trying to win the match for themselves. It was big during the Attitude Era.
Still doesn't make sense. It
Yeah.
still doesn't make sense because in theory, why would you stand there? Like, say that the Juggernauts are in the ring, right?
Yeah.
You specifically, and you're beating up someone. Why would you not go tag in your partner? Why would you not tag in JC Hero? Why would you go tag in fucking Jason
You
Light?
see it from that end, but take it about the other way. If I'm in there getting my ass beat by Jason Light, and I need to make a quick tag out to save myself, I'm going to tag in Drew Lycos or whatever.
But none of that takes place. Dude, Drew Lycos reference on fucking Spot Show. Let's go. That doesn't make sense to me, though. I mean, that logic makes sense to me. But at one point during this match, Phineas literally puts Billy Gunn in the corner and tags in fucking Recon.
Yeah.
Like, that's not like, I understand a desperation tag.
The psychology wasn't there in this match at all.
There is none psychology. The finish of this, I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about with this match. I mean,
There's a lot to talk about. We got fake military.
We do.
2 straight guys in skirts.
Yes.
And a racist. Like,
Who's the
that would not
racist?
fly
Who was
in
the
today's.
racist?
Henry Godwin's out there in a
with the
rebel flag
yeah.
shirt. Like, that would not fly in today's culture.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the build up for LOD versus New Age Outlaws at Rumble. This is a really fun story. This was a really good story.
But the crowd was hot for the whole thing.
The crowd was hot for everything, man. I mean, it was the Attitude Era.
My thing that I hated the most was the finish.
I was going to get there. So the finish, someone, I forget who, I think it's Road Dogg, gets thrown on the outs with Henry O. Godwin. They're fighting on the outside. Billy Gunn comes in with brass knuckles, hits Phineas Godwin, gets the pin, and the Headbangers and Truth Commission are just standing on the apron watching this happen.
Yes, they see the brass knucks, they see the pinfall, and don't try to stop
Mosh
anything.
Is actively watching the 3 count take place.
Yes, with his leg through the rope.
Just looking at it. And they do nothing.
Like
why?
if I was going to personally book a 4-way match like this with tags in and out to anybody, it would be elimination. So it would make sense for that spot to happen.
I want to say the 4 corners is a good concept, but they didn't do it right.
There was no psychology, man.
Because why would Phineas back him into the corner and tag in Recon?
This sets the stage for the rest of the show and the tag team action.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely get there. We now cut to a Michael Cole voiceover video package about LOD. I miss shit like this. And that's what I'm saying is that these narrated video packages, and there was a lot of them on Royal Rumble 1998. And we really don't see them a lot anymore. But this is building up to what happened to LOD, where this actually is a pretty substantial thing that happens is New Age Outlaws destroyed LOD. That didn't happen.
No.
That didn't happen at all. And what made the gravity of this even more is Cornette was on commentary during this beatdown and the way he sold it. And he was like, in 15 years.
This has never happened to LOD, which is true.
And it made the New Age Outlaws look like an actual threat.
But it wasn't just the New Age Outlaws.
Shawn Michaels and DX were involved in it. And that's what I was going to get to is that's
Were the loose ties throughout the history of the New Age Outlaws.
And that makes sense in that way.
That 4-way power bomb.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Through the announce
I
table.
remember watching this happen.
Me too.
Like, I remember this time period.
See, I always thought New Age Outlaws were going to join DX.
Like, in that
before.
moment. That was still months.
Yeah.
That was still months.
after Mania.
It's weird seeing this stuff with hindsight. Like, knowing what we know now.
Yes.
But I love it. I love it. Oh, we cut to the back. They are still waiting for the DX limo to arrive, but here pulls up old Stone Cold in his Stone Cold Steve Austin truck, and he almost runs over a cameraman.
I have a big issue with this segment.
What do you got?
Not only did they emphasize the limousine, Stone Cold pulls up in his truck, right?
Yes.
Still driving the truck. Cutscene. Someone's laid out from a stunner. Then he's still in his truck driving to the entrance.
Yeah, so they cut to break as Stone Cold is pulling in. You cut back from commercial. One of the Godwins has been laid out by Stone Cold, but then you cut back and Stone Cold makes his truck so Stone Cold probably like, oh, I got to leave the truck running, kid. Let me get it. Come on, stunner. Get back in my truck. Gas mileage. Walk me through it. Stone Cold truck era was so good.
The giveaway truck.
They did give away this truck, and I remember when all that happened. So now Stone Cold drives his truck to the ring, and Michael Cole is in the ring. It's time for a little interview segment. I forgot that Michael Cole did this a lot.
During the interview segment, they're plugging AOL keywords, and I'm just like, oh my God, that was a thing.
Very of its time. So Stone Cold gets in the ring. Michael Cole says, it appears that this week you've carried over what you were doing last week. Do unto others before they do unto you. And then Stone Cold says, well, you see, you're damn right, son, because last year Stone Cold won the Rumble fair and square, and the WWF yanked the rug out from under me. Do you remember this? What was the reasoning? Because I remember Stone Cold winning the 97 Rumble, but why did they take it from him?
I don't think he won at Mania, did he?
No, that Mania was him and Bret Hart. But he won the 97 Rumble. Because Stone Cold's won 3 Rumbles. I think this is the one where he got eliminated and snuck his way back in, and then they...
is this the one where they did the In Your House pay-per-view, the Final Four, because of that?
Maybe.
I'm not for sure, but I'm thinking.
I don't know 97 very well.
No.
I don't know 97, but I know 98 very well. So I don't remember the build-up for this. But I do remember them taking away his right to a WrestleMania match. And then somehow the whole Bret submission match happened, and that started the face turn of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Stone Cold then says, I'm not going to come out here and piss and moan like a crybaby. I'm going to come out here and Vince McMahon might own this ring, but if you get in it, Stone Cold's going to throw your ass out of it, and that's the bottom line. Why did he need to mention that Vince McMahon owns this ring? Why did he need to go out of his way? Oh, damn it, pal. We got to assert my dominance.
And Vince had nothing to do with Austin this whole fucking show.
No, we haven't even really... I mean, at this point, he has stunned Vince. He has given him the stunner, but the McMahon-Austin feud has not started fully.
No, it hasn't taken off yet.
No, or taken. Michael Cole then says, rumor has it, many superstars have made him a marked man, and Stone Cold says that's a stupid question. But that's actually not a question.
It's a statement.
It's a statement.
Too many beers.
He then says, well, goddamn, son, do you got a pen? And then Michael Cole says, yeah, I got one right here.
It was, in fact, not a pin, though.
It was a Sharpie.
Oh, man.
Stone Cold then rips his shirt. Now, hold on, dude. That's gimmick infringement.
Elvis Presley was very pissed off at this very moment.
Man, I can just picture Hogan somewhere on an episode of Nitro throwing a fucking chair. Now, hold on, dude. That's my gimmick, Jack. What are you doing, brother? That's probably what happened. That's probably what happened. That's probably why they never ended up working each other, because there was heat because
of that very moment.
Because of that very moment. Now, there's only one brother that can rip his shirt, dude. He rips his shirt, which makes me think, Hogan's probably pissed off about that, but what do you think Hogan's up to in this current moment?
I have no idea.
It's almost as if he's on a competing wrestling show that's airing at the exact same time.
Was Hogan on the competing wrestling show on this day? Because they mention Hogan in rumors later on.
I mean, there's only one way to find out what Hulk Hogan's up to.
Nope, I'm good. I'll just Google it.
I mean, I think there's only one way to figure out what Hulk Hogan was up to.
I'll just Google it.
I think that we got to watch the January 12th, 1998 edition of Monday Night Raw. Well, hey, now hold on, dude.
Monday Nitro.
I blew my spot. I think that I'm not saying that we do it next week, but I think that we watch the January 12th episode of Nitro.
Put a pin in it.
Put a pin in it.
Hopefully you forget.
No, I won't forget on this one. Already started it on my Peacock. So Stone Cold takes the pin. draws a bullseye on his chest and says,
horrible
horrible,
bullseye.
because he's all sweaty. Like, have you ever tried to to use a Sharpie on wet? It doesn't work.
No,
Like-
Sharpie on wet.
Exactly. Dude, I've signed a lot of kids' foreheads in my day. Like, a lot of kids, that's the weird thing, is that there was an era in independent wrestling where kids would come up to you and like not have anything to have you sign.
And instead of like a T-shirt,
And they
a
would
random
just
piece of
present their
paper,
arm.
an arm, a forehead,
This is a real
a
thing.
breasticus.
No, that never went that far. But kids would just pull up with their, and I've signed a lot of forearms in my day.
Or shoes. Shoes were weird.
I signed a lot of shoes. Yeah.
Shoes were weird.
I signed a
Especially
lot of shirts.
dirty shoes.
Oh, terrible. So Stone Cold puts the Sharpie on the wet and says, you say I'm a marked man. I say you're full of you know what, and that's the bottom line. So essentially, this is the Stone Cold marked man, and that's why the poster for this Royal Rumble was so fucking cool.
What you think about it? I love Stone Cold, but this was the worst psychology to go into a match against 29 other people.
It was. But
I want to win, but I'm going to go piss everyone off even if they don't have a problem with me.
yeah.
Like, the psychology, man.
Here's another thing about this. Realistically, who other than Stone Cold Steve Austin wins this Royal Rumble?
Shofunaki.
But no, like, I know that it's easy to go for the joke,
Yeah, but like,
but like realistically, they're setting it up and they're kind of burying the lead. Stone Cold's going to win this Rumble.
Yeah.
The Rock is still on the rise. What the fuck is Mankind going to do?
Undertaker's fucking
Undertaker's
in the main
in the
event
casket
picture.
match.
Yep.
Yeah.
They didn't have anybody.
And they pretty much bury the lead right now that Austin's going to win this Rumble. And that becomes further apparent
That's
whenever.
why the 98 Rumble is not my personal favorite, because you could go into it knowing who's going to win beforehand.
Yeah, and that's the only rough thing about it, is that there was no realistic competitor.
It was like last year's Rumble. Everyone knew Cody was going to win twice.
Yeah.
I hate Rumbles like that. Like this year, there's a star-studded Rumble, and it could go any damn way.
This Rumble's always going to hold a special place with me, though, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I know its flaws. I'm
Yeah.
very aware of its flaws.
It's that nostalgia factor, man.
100%. So we now cut, before we go to break, DX's limo has arrived, and they are now teasing that there will be a Mike Tyson announcement.
At this point, though, I am personally sick of hearing DX in their limousine. Like, what's the big fucking deal? They're in a limousine. Is this prom
He's
night?
arriving. He's
Is
arriving.
this prom night?
Yeah, Coke Michaels is arriving. Here's another thing that's funny that I'm tired of hearing. Why are they teasing a Mike Tyson announcement? Because what if they announce that he's not going to be just like, oh yeah, the announcement is he's not going to be there. And you know what it gives me vibes of? Do you remember in TNA when they did that poll where it was like, who's going to be the enforcer? Is it going to be Bill Goldberg? Is it going to be Brock Lesnar? And it's like, no, it was Scott Steiner, if I remember
Yeah,
right.
it was like the most obvious.
Yeah, it was like Christian Cage versus Sting, maybe. I don't remember who it was, but it was whenever Christian was TNA champion, NWA champion.
They just were like, let's take everyone that's not contracted, that's got a bigger name than we can afford,
and
then throw in Scott Steiner.
Yeah, exactly. Because I do remember it being Scott Steiner.
This part made me happy though, Dickie.
What, the Shawn and Taker hype package?
No, dude, I didn't even take notes about that because, meh.
Well, I did, because it has one of my favorite Undertaker lines ever. You better give your soul to the Lord because the rest of your scrawny ass is mine.
That's a pretty good line.
The best line The Undertaker has ever fucking
You know what drove me nuts about
dropped.
this high package, though?
What?
The way they spelled Undertaker. Because they had like the Shawn Michaels where it said Shawn and then it faded from the back Michaels.
Yeah.
They broke up Undertaker, which is clearly one word into two.
Taker.
Undertaker.
Yeah, that was weird. That was very weird.
We got pre-oddities Kurrigan, brother.
No, I mean, we got a little segment before that.
Do we?
Yeah, the DX limo, because this is important. The DX limo pulls up and it's being blocked by a big truck.
Ah, yeah, the truck.
So then HBK and China get out to try to figure out what's going on.
Which is the ring truck.
It's the ring truck. And now we cut to Kurgan.
Preodities Kurrigan with Don Callis, and he's taking on two local jobbers.
Lance Diamond and Jimmy Cicero.
Oh, that's not what I put down. I put Jimmy Swiss Roll and Nick Diamond.
Dude, tell me right now Lance Diamond does not look like the third Pfeiffer brother.
He could be.
Oh
he
my God.
very well could
Dude,
be.
they did this spot that is one of the damnedest things I've ever seen. Fucking Lance Diamond is up on the top rope. Kurgan crotches him and then goes around on the outside and pulls his legs as he is seated on the top rope, and he is just eating that fucking turnbuckle. My God, is it great.
Don Callis on commentary foreshadowing his own future, talking about how he's going to send everyone back to the independent scene. That made me pop.
Dude, I got to say something right now, and you are going to look at me and think that I'm fucking crazy. Kurgan wasn't that bad.
No, I love Kurgan,
Kurgan
dude.
was awesome. And I'm also going to make another hot take here that I know that you're truly going to look at me and tell me to fucking leave. Kurgan versus Khali would be awesome.
Yeah. I'm with it.
There we go.
I'm fucking with it, dude.
Kurgan versus Khali. So Kurgan goes over with Jared Savage's finish.
Yep, the parish on Swiss roll.
And then
he just destroys fucking Nick Diamond for no reason.
He hits a right-sided suplex on Nick Diamond, and then does another pin and wins the match twice because fuck you, that's why.
And then he goes out to the commentary table and destroys a clearly plastic fucking football helmet.
Yeah, and JR has to emphasize, well, that's a Penn State helmet. Well, yeah, no shit, we understand. It has been driven into our skulls that we are at State College. We know where we are. We are at Penn State right now. We understand. You don't need to keep driving it home every single time.
My thing is he snaps the fucking helmet and there's like no protective padding or nothing in it. It's just a little plastic fucking shell, probably made out of like the fucking material a plastic cup is.
It was just a gimmicked helmet.
But it was so fucking great. Poor young grizzled Nick Diamond, though. Still laying in the ring at this time.
So we cut back now to the DX limo is still being blocked. China and Sean are dragging a crew member and trying to shove them into the truck to get them to move. Meanwhile, out of nowhere, here comes Owen Hart. He crawls on top of the limo, dives through the moonroof, and then starts beating the fuck out of Triple H in the limo.
Which was epic.
It was awesome. And then Michaels and China realize what's going on. They run and get back into the limo.
And then scream drive.
And then the limo just drives away.
Like, what the fuck?
I love it.
Oh,
I love the Attitude Era, man. I love the Attitude Era, man.
Like, no sense makes sense.
Yeah. So then the DX limo drives away, and the commentators have no idea where it could have gone. But
they got a camera posted outside just in case
just
the
a
limo
camera away.
returns.
We're going to find that limo. We're going to find that limo. But don't worry, guys. We're going to have an answer about where that limo is after we hear a word from our
Vince was on
sponsors.
commentary.
I'm trying to throw to fucking sponsors.
Fuck the sponsors right now, because this is a great point. Commentary is fucking emphasizing limousine, and I can picture Vince in the fucking headset. Make sure you call it a limousine. Don't short it to a limo. It's the DX limousine. They're going to prom, baby.
I want to apologize to our lovely sponsors for Madrox saying fuck our sponsors right now. But no, we love our sponsors very much, and let's hear a word from them. This episode is brought to you by Elite Pro Wrestling. We all love live entertainment, right? We all love live wrestling, right? Well, what if I told you that there is a place that combines the entertainment and the wrestling live that we all love? Look no further than Elite Pro Wrestling. Whether it's in person in Odin, Indiana, or Washington, Indiana, or if you check them out on YouTube, Elite Pro Wrestling guarantees a quality show that allows them to live up to the name Elite. If you're feeling generous, go ahead and check them out on Patreon as well. If you back them, you're going to get early access to all of their shows before they hit YouTube. Again, check out EliteProfessionalWrestling.com. This episode is brought to you by Venom Energy. Hey, we've all been there, and there's nothing wrong with admitting to it. And what I mean is that we've all hit that midday slump, and we all need a little push to get us through the rest of the day. Well, what better option to give you a pick-me-up than one of the wonderful flavors of Venom Energy? Venom is what gets MadBash through those long show days, and we know that it can do the same for you. I'm going to sweeten the pot a little bit for you, too. Yeah, come to our merch table when you see us at a show, and with the purchase of a MadBash Wrestling sticker or magnet, you get a Venom Energy drink on us. While supplies last, of course, so you better act quick. We'd like to thank Venom again for sponsoring this episode. Please consume responsibly. Not recommended for children under 18, pregnant or nursing women, or people sensitive to caffeine. So we're now back in the arena, and the marvelous one, Mark Marrow,
This is not my Johnny B. Bad, Dickie
is
Wabash.
making his way to the ring. There's just a big old white power sign on hard cam, by the way, just completely blocking Mark Marrow. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the problem with the signs is that hard cam can't get a good angle because fucking signs are just everywhere.
Exactly.
Blocking the fucking camera.
But it's not bad, though, because they had to pivot, and that's where we got like that guerrilla camera warfare that MadBash Studios is using so well. And if you want to see an example of that, youtube.com/MadBash Studios, Redline Episode 1.
I think that's the URL for the YouTube. I don't remember. It's like at MadBash Studios on, because they do ats now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to plug a YouTube channel. I should probably figure that out. I've been a wrestling fan for going on 25 years of my life. And when I say that this might be one of my favorite moments in the history of professional wrestling, I am not lying. Marrow is cutting a promo in the ring, and his mic is not working. And instead of giving him the Iggy that, hey, your mic's not working, JR just says, I think he wants to introduce Sable, so let's just bring out Sable now. And then Sable's music hits, and Marrow clearly has not hit a line that he's supposed to. But he doesn't know that the mic isn't working.
No.
So he looks pissed off. And then here comes Goldust dressed up as Sable. And Kevin Kelly is like trying to reiterate things. Because you can tell it's scripted that he's supposed to do this. He's trying to reiterate things that Marrow said in the promo, but there's nothing to reiterate because we don't know what the fuck he said.
He could be saying any fucking thing at this point.
So Sable Dust gets in the ring, and Marrow says, "Look at the size of those coconuts," and that's very funny to me. And I don't know why. It is foreshadowing. So here comes Vader. Fuck, I love Vader
with a singlet on right.
Yeah, for once. You want to talk about gear? I actually had the Everlast shorts that Marrow's wearing. I had those.
Did you really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Vader's music, though, dude, still goes hard.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Still goes fucking
the
hard.
Mastodon. God, Vader was the man. I hate how he was used in WWF, dude. He should have been WWF champion.
Absolutely, man.
So match starts off hot. Marrow tries some boxing on Vader. Vader is not fucking having it. Backs him into the corner, and they just exchange some shots. Standard match is kind of going on in the ring. Here comes Sable, and she confronts
the fake Sable.
The real Sable.
No, that's the fake Sable. The real Sable's already out there.
Oh fuck! I must have got confused then. She comes out, and I don't understand this spot in the slightest. I don't understand the point of this. Here comes Sable. She gets some comeuppance on Goldust. Goldust just kind of no-sells it, and then Marrow gets out and tells her to go to the back. And then Vader just comes out and stops him.
Because this is where he didn't want people looking at Sable.
I understand that, but there was no payoff to this.
No, other than Vader hit a clothesline.
Yeah, there was no payoff to this, the way that it was presented.
As the camera picks up fans screaming homophobic lines.
Oh, very much
top
so.
of their lungs.
Absolutely. So, JR is just reiterating. He's like, Marrow and Goldust are obsessed with stardom. Vader is a real star. He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. He's the best worker in this match.
Whoa, hold on, dude.
Nah, Vader's better than Goldust.
No.
Vader's better than Goldust.
No.
Yes.
No.
Look, just because you're named after him doesn't mean.
Oh,
So
fight.
Vader goes up for the Vader bomb. He hits it, and then Goldust hits Vader with a coconut.
Fucking Roddy Piper style, baby.
Here's the thing. Why did Goldust let him hit the Vader bomb? Why would he have let him do that? Why wouldn't he have fucking Pearl Harbored him before he could do
Logic
it?
out the window.
There's no logic in any of this Raw.
Did you notice Goldust had to fucking stiff Vader with that coconut like 4 times before it cracked?
Fuck yeah, he did. Fuck yeah, he did. Vader and Mero make their way up the ramp. We cut to the back. The DX limousine is now back. DX get out of the limo, but Owen doesn't.
Where's Owen?
Where's Owen? I don't know. We then go to the commentary team. They start talking about Mike Tyson. They said that he might be at the Rumble. So let's go to the Slam of the Week, which is the last time a celebrity was at the Royal Rumble. LT, Lawrence Taylor, Bam Bam Bigelow. They're setting up for their WrestleMania main event. There's a weird thing that's going on here with a lot of it's always weird to me when the Attitude Era shows flashbacks to things.
Why?
I think it's because the Attitude Era is now used as the flashbacks.
Yeah.
So to see flashbacks in an era that you see flashbacked all the time, it's weird.
It's flashbacks to the flashbacks.
It's weird, dude. It's very weird. Man, we cut now to the commentary team. They're just kind of talking a little bit, and I'm telling EPW right now, we need MadBash commentary jackets that look just like these Raw's War jackets.
Yeah, we do, baby.
Absolutely need them. We cut to the back. Stone Cold has attacked Vader.
Dude, this Vader screaming on the floor reminded me so much of Sid Vicious when Goldberg squished his car.
So they cut to the back. Vader is laid out. He's got a trash can on top of him, and he's just like Madrox said. He's just laying there just yelling.
Mustard!
Yeah, it's so great. Now we cut. Now we are the Nation of Domination. Here comes of Domination. Nation.
Domination.
We are the Nation. Here comes The Rock, D'Lo, and Kama Mustafa. The Rock is Intercontinental Champion, but where's the belt?
No idea.
Why does he not have the belt? We see some flashbacks of what's been going on with The Rock and Ken Shamrock and Mark Henry. We see all that kind of explaining what's going on. And I just want to go on record right now and say the best feud The Rock has ever had is Ken Shamrock.
Ooh, hot take.
It is. The Rock Ken Shamrock feud was so fucking good. And I truly wonder why Ken Shamrock was never more.
Because he didn't want to do it anymore because of his family. I remember him saying that on the shoot interview.
You know that Ken Shamrock would have been WWF champion.
Absolutely.
He would have had his run. And I'm not saying that he would have taken away from The Rock, but what would The Rock's heel run have been, you know, with someone like Ken Shamrock?
I would love to see Shamrock in the Hall of Fame, personally.
Oh, he deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. I lost my place on my notes.
You notice during this, though, Shamrock's wearing the robe out to the ring?
Yes.
Why did so many guys wear the fucking robes in 98?
I don't know, because Mark Mero wore it. But he was a boxing character. It was that crossover of, like, you know, Mero was the boxer.
Shamrock was the UFC fighter.
Yeah.
But, like, you think about it, there's, like, so many other people. Like, even in WCW that were wearing robes at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. So this is The Rock and D'Lo versus Shamrock and Mark Henry. Man, young Mark Henry goes crazy. It is so weird to see young Mark Henry. Before the match,
everyone has to wear black on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, they have to.
They have to.
Red and black, brother. The Rock gets on the mic and says that he wants to share something with the fans. He gets some cheap heat, standard sports team heat. The Rock says that Mark Henry is ignorant and managed to do something. This is a really good line, actually. He says, Mark Henry is ignorant and managed to do something that he shouldn't have done, and that's piss The Rock off. He promises that he is going to rip that Rocky Sucks shirt off of him. The Rock is pissed about this Rocky Sucks shirt, and I think it's because he didn't get any fucking royalties. I got no royalties from that jabroni-ass shirt, you no good son of a bitch. Yeah, he promises that he's going to rip that shirt off.
You know what I liked about this though?
What did you like about this?
The Rock and Shamrock started it off. The Rock did not do the whole fucking stereotypical chicken shit hill shit where they don't touch.
Yeah.
Before their big main event match, Rock's like, I want to fucking fight you. You want to fight me? Let's go at it.
Is this before or after the concussion chair shot? That fucking, you know the one I'm talking about.
I think that was at SummerSlam, so this is after.
Yeah, because SummerSlam this year was a triple. No, was it SummerSlam?
I think it was.
I think it was SummerSlam. One of the shows, it was a triple threat match, and it was. Why am I thinking? Hang on. Wasn't it a triple threat cage match? The Rock, Mankind, and Ken Shamrock. That match happened, right?
I don't remember.
Am I crazy?
You might be.
I feel like that match happened.
Anyway, The Rock's not getting paid.
Yeah, he's not getting royalties for that Rocky Sucks shirt, brother, and he's definitely going to get to the bottom of it. There's a lot of stuff involving shirts here tonight. Hogan's pissed off.
The Rock's pissed off.
Yeah, The Rock's pissed off.
Dude, D'Lo came in, and it made me realize how underrated D'Lo is.
We talked about D'Lo.
He comes in looking like a fucking young Cecil Cerveza, though.
We're going to get to Cecil Cerveza. I have a Cecil Cerveza comment coming up here in just a minute. Yeah, man, D'Lo, all the guys in this match just look great.
The Rock with one of the sickest shoulder breakers I ever seen, and I don't know why. It just looks so fucking impactful. And the fucking master of the shoulder breaker on the outside even gave me props for it instantly.
Of course.
Like, when Papa Sean goes like, hey, that's my finisher, and you just used it right. That's a big up, bro.
Dude, speaking of finishers, The Rock hits the people's elbow as part of his heat, and it's his falsie.
Yeah.
And that's weird to see.
That's when he was just like first teasing it. This is Rock Bottom was the main go-to finisher.
Have you ever seen that video of one of the first times The Rock ever hit it? It was at a house show.
And it was on Shamrock.
And it's fan cam, and the fans are just burying it.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, that looks fucking stupid. I don't like it. Yada, yada. So this is the Mark Henry heel turn, but before that,
awkward fucking heel turn.
Yeah, Shamrock fires up on The Rock and busts out. I always forget that Shamrock does the Hurricane Rana, and he does it good.
Crisp.
Henry heel turn, just they start beating
He waits
down.
for Shamrock to clear the whole Nation of Domination out. Then he gets in the ring and just like ponders around while Shamrock's going for the fucking ankle lock. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute. Clothesline.
Yeah. I kind of forgot my spot, I think. The Rock hits the Rock Bottom, but I don't think they're calling it the Rock Bottom yet, are they? Because they didn't refer to it as the Rock Bottom.
Yeah, they did.
I didn't hear that.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Maybe I'm wrong. And Henry counts the pin. Kevin Kelly on commentary then says, he says, you want to talk about Rocky Sucks? I'll tell you what sucks right now. And he just kind of stops talking.
Yeah.
And they just go on.
Out of fucking nowhere.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, kid. You're trying to go into business for yourself. No, this is what we're going to talk about. You just sit the fuck down. Shut up.
I mean, stories are going out. JR doesn't like something. He's been grabbing the commentator's arms. Kevin Kelly got his fucking arm grabbed right then and there.
Is that what? Was that been coming out?
Yeah. Coach has been talking about it and everyone else.
Maybe that's what happened.
That's JR's like go-to. When he doesn't like something, he'll grab your fucking arm on commentary to make you shut up.
Here's the thing. I love Jim Ross. Always have. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
There is something that was discussed one time about him that he's admitted. So this isn't slander. That I don't think enough people are talking about. JR openly admitted that if the show is going long, he will piss his pants.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
That's dedication, though.
Why are more people not talking? No, I don't want to hear that's dedication. That's fucked up, is what that is.
He wouldn't even wear like a depend or nothing.
He would just, Connie, I'd go out there and I'd wear my darks. And when we're doing AEW, I'm right there by the hotel.
I feel bad whoever had to clean that shit up.
Oh,
because he wouldn't do
he
it.
shit his pants during a show one time.
I guarantee it.
Dude, what the fuck? What the fuck? But yeah, so they're walking up the ramp. Farouk is not like he's confused because this is the Rock is usurping the Nation era, and Farouk is just confused about what
Farouk didn't even want Mark Henry.
Yeah. So backstage, Michael Cole's trying to figure out what's up, and The Rock just shuts him up. And he is directing this towards Farouk, and he's like, I did this for you, Farouk. This is the second best day in the history of the Nation of Domination, after The Rock joined. And, we were doing all this for you, Farouk. This is all for you.
We brought you the world's strongest man.
We then cut to the Warzone intro, and I miss shit like this, where the first half of the show was something and the second half was something else.
Yeah, because they had to do it for the different ratings.
Yep.
Because they could be edgier during the second hour.
Here's the thing.
So this technically was not Monday Night Raw, so we could have stopped right there.
This is the Warzone, brother.
This is her.
This is the Warzone. Raw Underground has recently entered the conversation again because literally today of this recording, they announced that 2K25 is going to have Raw Underground matches.
With 300 playable characters. That's crazy.
This is the way that you should have done Raw Underground. The last hour of the 3-hour show could have been Raw Underground, and you made it edgier.
Yep.
So the Warzone starts with DX coming to the ring. Here's the funny thing about the DX video. No one, and I know that this is a fact, not many people realize that a lot of the scenes in the DX intro video come from the Raw on the rooftop shoot.
Yeah.
And the reason I know that not a lot of people know this is because WWE recently released that video of the behind the scenes of it.
From the Vault series.
And which, by the way, if you're not following the WWE Vault YouTube channel,
you're missing out.
Goddamn. But a lot of people in the comments were like, oh shit, this is DX stuff. Cool. You could have filled the dead air while I took a drink of water.
I thought you were going to follow up with something real quick.
Well, I was taking a drink of water.
God,
you leave me hanging all the time. China with the 2 belts is always just going to be iconic.
There's
to
so
me.
much leather in the ring right now.
Oh my God. Triple H gets in and starts talking to Owen Hart.
The turd nugget.
This is the start of the turdlet thing. Or not turdlet.
The nugget.
That's somebody else. Nugget. The nugget. Turdlet. Turdlet reference on the spot ski. Yeah, he basically, this is the start of the nugget. He's talking about how Owen Hart is a nugget and he just refuses to go down, but we flushed him down the toilet tonight. This is my favorite era of Triple H because that's the cadence that he would always speak in. He would talk like this, and so many people want to do this when talking like Triple H. This is my Triple H.
This is your Triple H.
When
the
he
hype
would
Triple H.
emphasize the end of sentences. And Madrox is my witness. I'm doing the crotch chop.
As
whenever.
you have to.
Yeah, because that's how Triple H would do it. So then he says, we're here at Penn State, which we all have been told that 700,000 fucking times. And he tells all the sorority girls, if you need help with finals, contact Dean Helmsley. Triple H has the head if you have the class.
And I promise to give you more than just a tip.
Yeah, he's talking about how he's going to deep dick sorority girls is essentially what he's doing. Shawn Michaels then gets on the mic and calls out Mike Tyson, and Triple H does the most stereotypically bad Mike Tyson impersonation ever. My biggest takeaway from this, and I think that you're going to agree with me, they were absolutely building to Mike Tyson versus Shawn Michaels.
Yes.
They wanted to do this. They probably, because obviously, famously, Shawn Michaels aggravates his back during this casket match against The Undertaker, and then he takes time off after WrestleMania. To me, I truly, like with hindsight now, and this is the only time that this has ever clicked with me, they obviously were building towards Michaels versus Tyson.
They had to have because they kept playing the LT shit with Bam Bam, and they're like, who's going to be the one to challenge Tyson? Who's going to do this?
Where do you think they would have done it?
Probably Mania.
No, they could. So you're saying that the next year's Mania?
I figured that Mania is what they were building.
They can't do that though because they got.
I thought they were going in the Rumble with Taker actually winning the casket match.
Oh, imagine that world.
Yeah, Taker and Austin in the main event, and Shawn versus Tyson in the fucking high marquee match.
Do you think that could have actually been in the conversation?
I think it could have.
Wow.
Imagine like how much shit would have changed
Because my thought is that they would have done it at SummerSlam.
I don't think they could have got Mike Tyson for that because this whole fucking Raw and like everything leading to the whole Mike Tyson is who's going to challenge Mike Tyson.
I don't know, man. I don't think that they would have. I think that Michaels was always supposed to put over Stone Cold. I think that the Tyson punch and the Tyson turn at WrestleMania would have then built to Tyson versus DX.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I believe very much so.
I don't know, man. I think in a different world we could have saw Mike Tyson versus Shawn Michaels.
Because I think what changed it. Yeah, that's literally what I just fucking said.
Yeah.
But
no,
you're,
I'm just saying.
You're saying
like,
at Mania. You're saying at Mania.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, I think the audible got called when Michaels became a problem because of his back being hurt. I think that they could have, in theory, they could have done it at SummerSlam because this SummerSlam was the highway to hell and they were in Madison Square Garden. Imagine Shawn Michaels versus Mike Tyson in Madison Square Garden.
But if they were going to use Tyson at SummerSlam, why would they have him stop right after Mania?
Because I think Michaels getting his back hurt changed everything. This is just my theory, and I'm probably way off base. Or they could have brought him back for WrestleMania 15 and had him versus Shawn Michaels. Who knows? We will never know. We will never know. Michaels then directs his attention to the Royal Rumble. But before Shawn can get to his point, a bloody Owen Hart appears on the Tron with the worst fake blood I've ever seen.
But dude, bearded Owen Hart in this era, goated.
Yeah, this was the
time where I was an Owen Hart fan. He's always been mid to me, but like this, like fucking, I'm gonna fight you in my flannel and my fucking tight jeans.
Yes,
this is Owen to me.
Yes. Owen Hart says that doesn't matter about Kane or Undertaker. He said, "You three degenerates really thought that you could take me down, but I'm a survivor, and I'm gonna make your life a living hell." And then Shawn Michaels says, "Well, why don't you come on down here?" Then Owen's like, "Okay." Why did he just come down? Why did we need to do this?
Dude, we got the South Park cripple fight.
Yeah.
Triple H and his crutch.
We
Owen
did,
and his
we
crutch.
did, we did.
Crowd's going wild. Jimmy!
Dude, speaking of Owen Hart and his crutch, we're going to get to that later because there was a funny moment. So then refs are on the ramp trying to pull apart Triple H and Owen, and then we cut to break. I guess fuck the Shawn Michaels Kane announcement. I guess we don't need to make it. We come back from break, and DOA is now making their way to the ring, Skull and 8 Ball. Then Jim Cornette comes out and says that the NWA last week, he brought it back, and we're going to continue. We're bringing out Ricky and Robert, baby. We're bringing out the Rock and Roll Express.
We need more Express tag teams in this generation.
There just needs to be more Express tag teams in general.
Yeah. Did you notice that they dubbed over the Rock and Roll Express music with the Rockers?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. There was another... Oh, there's another dub coming up here soon that I think is really funny, and I think you probably know what dub I'm talking about. I'm not a territories guy, and at the time, I'm 7.
Yeah, see...
I don't understand.
No idea.
I don't understand the gravity of how crazy it is that Jim Cornette is managing Ricky and Robert. I don't know this.
See, I was a tape trader at this point in my 8-year-old lifetime.
Were you really?
Yeah, I used to go get fucking tapes from like yard sales and shit. So like I knew about like Smoky Mountain Wrestling at this point and NWA and shit. So
I gotta say though, Cornette on commentary is way more entertaining than this match is. This is just...
You got to give it credit, though. This is probably the best Harris Brothers tag match they've ever had.
Yeah, and I'm not disparaging Ricky and Robert. I mean, the Rock and Roll Express are a fucking incredible tag team, but it's just it's weird to see them in a WWF ring, and I think that they just gave them the wrong partner.
And it was weird seeing them as heels, like going back and like looking at their body of work.
I mean, was there any spots in this match that stuck out to you? Because there really weren't for me. Because I'm gonna get into the finish.
The fact that Chains make the save at the finish and not Crush, that hurt me.
Yeah. The finish is a fucked finish. Cornette gets caught cheating, so then they throw the match out. And then 8 Ball just punches Cornette, and then Ricky Morton makes the save by hitting him with the racket. And then Chains comes out and chases them all off. Yeah, really not a lot to say about it. I think this NWA angle. I don't know, man. How far did it go? It did not last long.
I say about half a year.
I don't even think it was that.
It had to be because we still haven't got the new fucking Midnight Express
We haven't got
yet.
Bodacious Bart.
We haven't got
and
the
Beautiful
new
Bob.
rockers.
Yeah. Okay. We haven't got the Barry Windham heel turn
Nope.
on Bradshaw.
Nope.
Yeah, that was a weird thing to do. Weird thing to do. This is probably one of the craziest things on this show is King and JR now tease the Superstar Hotline, and they have some information on Hulk Hogan.
There's rumors about Hulk Hogan in the Royal Rumble.
So what would you get if you called the hotline? Would it say, hey, Hulk Hogan's not in the Royal Rumble? Is that what it is?
They probably like Hulk Hogan may return at the Royal Rumble.
Well, we're going to figure out what Hulk Hogan's up to because we're going to be reviewing the
Damn it,
January
Bobby.
12th, 1998 episode of Nitro. We now cut to a Cactus Jack promo. He is in the Penn State football stadium, and he's just talking about his death matches with Terry Funk. You know, they've Chainsaw Charlie has debuted. Cactus Jack has got his heat with the New Age Outlaws.
I got a problem with this promo, brother.
What is it?
We went to war, and these matches have never been seen in the United States before. I could go on hatchetgear.com for $19.99 and get my copy of JCW Presents Stranglemania Volume 1. All right?
Cactus Sack and Drunk Terry Flunk.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah. Deep cut there, brother. Deep cut there, brother. Here's what's weird about this, though, to me. So the New Age Outlaws are in 2 different feuds right now?
With the multiple personalities of everyone.
Because they're talking about, you know, they got the gimmick with LOD, but now Cactus Jack's talking about how, look, it's fine if Terry Funk wants to be Chainsaw Charlie. The point is we're going to take out the fucking New Age Outlaws. So, I don't know.
What gets even weirder is this is all done as Cactus Jack, and then Mankind's out to the ring for a match.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a pre-tape as Cactus Jack, and now we've got Gold Dust versus Mankind.
Gold Dust, dude. We had Dude Dust.
Dude Dust, brother. Did they actually call him Dude Dust?
No, but I did.
Okay, because I know during this time period, any time that Gold Dust would do this, they would always call him Blank Dust.
Yeah, but
like,
they never called him Dude Dust.
Like at one point, he came out as Dusty Rhodes, and they called him Dusty Dust, and it was really funny. This match doesn't even really get going.
We get a fucking mandible claw and then Austin.
Yeah, here comes Stone Cold, and he stuns both guys. And then he gets on the commentary, grabs the headset, and says, "Oh, hell yeah.
No more Mr. Nice Guy till the Rumble."
Yes, he says, "Jim, the other day I was in the airport, and someone told me, Steve, if you think you're gonna win the Royal Rumble, give me a hell yeah." And I gave him a, "Oh, hell yeah." This is another moment that is ingrained in my fucking skull because I think just the Stone Cold sitting on the commentary table and rocking back and going, "Oh, hell yeah." That's another one.
That's a clip. That's one of the clips, brother.
It absolutely is.
I got a problem with this as well.
What do you got?
His fucking Sharpie's gone.
Oh, yeah. How is everyone going to know
that he's the target
now. He's the target if he doesn't have the target on him? I don't know.
And he had time to go shower in between laying out Vader.
Yep. We're now back from break, and Vince is here to make the announcement, and Vince is just getting booed ungodly amounts. But it doesn't matter. He makes the announcement. Tyson has been invited to the Royal Rumble, and he promises that next week, Mike Tyson will be on Raw.
At this point, though, there's even bigger news.
What's that?
I spotted my sign of the night.
Oh, you got your sign of the night. What? I didn't have one.
Had Undertaker, R.I.P. HBK. This idiot spelled R.I.P. wrong.
Did he really?
RPI HBK.
RPI HBK.
It made me giggle. So that's my sign of the night.
Of course. I don't have a sign of the night. I also don't have a -7 of the night.
I got one of those.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So we've not gotten there yet?
Not yet. Well,
Man.
we got there, but
You just haven't said
I got
it?
a couple of them that are tied.
Ooh, wonderful. So now we got Sonny coming to the ring.
Cheerleader Sonny.
Cheerleader
Straight
Sonny
from Penn State.
because we're at State College, so we have to emphasize again that we're at Penn State. She's going to be the special guest ring announcer for Los Boricuas versus. Listen, I will only ever say Taka Michinoku because that's how Sonny said it, and it is ingrained in my fucking brain because she would announce so many Taka Michinoku matches
For no reason.
Michinoku. Like at that point, they had nothing to do for her to do.
No.
We're still a few months removed from LOD 2000, so who knows? Who knows? But anyway, we got Los Boricuas, Jesus, and Savio Vega, who 98 Savio Vega looks like 2025 Cecil Cerveza.
Absolutely. Scotty Two Dirt's out there too with that nice flowy mullet.
Dude, who did he look like? He looks like someone, and I can't fucking put my finger on it. Scotty Too Hottie is in this match, but he's Scott Taylor. And he looks...
Yeah, young Matt Brannigan.
Oh my,
Yes.
Yes. Yes, he looks like Matt Brannigan.
Grizzled Matt Brannigan.
He looks like Matt Brannigan. That's who I'm thinking of.
I didn't even care that this bell rung at this point. The FUBU fucking jeans were already a win for me.
I love it.
Just
So-
also got my Wabash call of the night in this match.
Well, I have a commentary call I want to talk about too. But you go first.
Taka Michinoku has learned 4 words in English. Burger King and jackass.
JR.
That's clearly only 3 words. Jackass.
Yeah, jackass is one
jackass
word.
Is
Yeah,
one
it's
word,
not
but-
jackass. So we alluded to it earlier how a lot of this stuff aged like milk. Jerry Lawler makes a call that made me oof so hard my spine cracked.
Oh, yeah?
He says, I ain't afraid of young girls until I drop them off from school. Ah!
Oh, my God. I missed that?
Yeah.
Jesus, Jerry.
Yeah. There's a part where Scotty Too Hottie comes off the top rope with the worst looking clothesline ever on Jesus. One really cool spot in this match, though, Savio Vega hits one of the coolest corner spinning heel kicks ever on Taka
Where
Michinoku.
he lands on the fucking apron.
Lands
like a
on the
boss.
apron, gets back in the ring, and power bombs the fuck out of Taka Michinoku in the middle of the ring. Crazy.
Fucking goated right there.
But that's not it, because during the shine, Taka Michinoku does a moonsault to the outside onto Savio, and Savio catches him and slams him so fucking hard on the outside. He is beating the fuck.
Like, where did fucking peak Savio come from?
I don't know, man, but I'm wanting to go back and watch some Savio Vega matches now.
I'm down for that.
Let's fucking do it. I got to tell you, this fucking finish that Jesus hits on Scott Taylor is fucking awesome.
The Avalanche Diamond Dust.
The Avalanche Diamond Dust, dude. He fucking hits an inverted DDT off the top rope.
Inverted suplex.
Sorry, suplex is what I meant to say. Inverted suplex off the top rope, and this could have ended so badly.
It was so crisp.
And that's the finish of the match. This is my match of the night.
This was my match of the night as well.
This is legitimately a fucking good match.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
We talked about the psychology of a lot of these matches. It's just not there. It's there in this match. This is a very fucking good tag team match. It's so good.
From Jesus as well.
Jesus. There have been 2 wrestlers with the name Jesus in the WWE. Do you know the other one?
Yeah, that Tonga guy, wasn't it? Oh, no, Carlito's Enforcer.
Yep, Carlito's Enforcer that fucking assaulted John Cena in a nightclub and stabbed him.
Not my New Jack.
Which it was supposed to be New Jack. Yeah, the match is over, and then JR and King are just kind of going at it. Owen Hart comes out to make the save during a beatdown on Los Boricuas because Los Boricuas beat down Owen Hart. I forgot to mention that. DX paid them to beat down Owen. That's why Owen Hart is hurt. Owen Hart gets into the ring and murders one of the members of Los Boricuas.
Miguel.
It was Miguel. That was his name. With a hits him crazy. I've never him
so fucking hard. Owen stopped to look at the fucking crutch.
that was not a gimmick crutch.
No.
And it fucking broke in half. And then at that point, Los Boricuas are just like, okay, fuck this. And then they just.
This is what I'm talking about. This Owen is goated.
Oh, my
Could you
God.
imagine Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman, and this Owen Hart as a fucking faction right in this period, dude?
The remnants of the Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, I love it. Owen Hart's music starts playing, and then for some reason, Jerry King goes, "What? Listen." That's it. Speaking of music, I want to go back a little bit. Los Boricuas music was dubbed over in a weird way. They cut out the rapping.
Yeah.
Did you notice that too?
Yes, it had the start of it, and then it just went to like some weird like hotel music.
Like I don't remember how the song goes.
But it's good.
Back from break, we got the Twix rewind, and it is Shawn Michaels winning the 1995 Royal Rumble. This was another weird thing, is that they play the DX intro again. Are you ready? Doom, doom. And then after the break it down, they cut to commercial break.
Yeah.
And then we come back, and Michael Cole is in the ring with DX, and it's time to give the big announcement. And I'm going to bury the lead.
Second time for the big announcement.
I'm going to bury the lead a little bit here. This might be one of the best segments in the history of Monday Night Raw.
There's so many memorable moments.
It's so good.
You know what the worst part about this is, though?
What?
Hunter lost his leather jacket.
He did.
Someone needs to go to the Lost and Found and claim that for Hunter right now.
100%.
Because he's not matching China and Sean at this point.
Yeah, we need the leather jacket, Oos. So Triple H says that apparently the week before, Kane left Paul Bearer. And he says that Kane has wandered out into the world all on his own. And he says that we are inviting Kane to be a part of D-Generation X.
To join our family.
So, ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the newest member of D-Generation X, Kane. Lights go dark. Here comes The Undertaker. I just want to point out, what was the point of saying that Kane was a member of D-Generation X? Because it doesn't pay off.
No, it doesn't pay off. What was the point of Undertaker coming out there after these guys have been giving him hell this whole time and not just starting kicking their asses? Instead, he grabs a mic, looks them dead in the face, and goes, "Please leave my family out of this."
Yeah, I have the promo right here. He said he'd appreciate it, Sean, if you would keep my family out of this. Nothing to do with my little brother Kane. That's another one that is ingrained in my head because that's was in
like
the video package.
The most human, like, humility the Undertaker has ever shouldered to this point.
This is a good era of Undertaker. I'm going to say 98.
Except for the fucking fake face tattoo.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to say 98 up until he left to come back as the American Badass. This, and then I'm going to make another bold claim. I would say Friday Night SmackDown Taker is another fucking great era of The Undertaker.
Red Devil's still my favorite.
Red Devil was so good, man. That might be a debate that we need to have. We'll have that debate on Paid Show. We'll try to figure out what might be the best era of Taker.
I'm pretty sure we already did that on a Paid Show before.
Maybe. Who cares? Run it back, brother. But yeah, that this has nothing to do with my little brother Kane. He says, if I was you, I wouldn't be worried about the Rumble. I did a little typo in my notes. Okay. He's like, if I were you, I would be worried about the Royal Rumble, the World Wrestling Federation title, and The Undertaker punching a 6-inch hole in the middle of your forehead. And Michaels sells this so well. And then Taker gets him with the goozle. This is the "you talk too much" clip from Botchamania.
Yes, it is.
This is the "you talk too much" clip from Botchamania. The
facials during this whole program between both of them, man.
It's so good. He then lets Michaels go, goozles China, picks her up. Triple H fucking hits him with the crutch.
Not as hard as Owen.
Not as hard as Owen fucked up Miguel or whatever his name was.
It was Miguel.
Dude, guys, I'm telling you, I don't expect you to go back and watch this Raw. You
Just
should.
watch that clip.
It's a solid Raw. Go find Owen Hart just swinging for the fences with this fuck. Dude, he hit this motherfucker so hard. So fucking hard. They start beating down The Undertaker. Here comes Kane. Kane makes the save. But before this, there's a "We Want Kane" chant. Here comes Kane. Kane makes the save, chases him up the ramp. There is now a "This is awesome" chant.
This is also history right here. This is the very first time out of like 6 that Kane does not join DX.
Yes. Yes. Kane is on the apron, or on the ramp. The Undertaker's in the ring, and Kane extends out the hand to The Undertaker, and chills. Undertaker then gets down and does the Undertaker
I remember
pose.
being a kid watching this like, holy fuck, this changes everything.
Jim Ross, oh, what a moment. Just selling it. Even King breaks from being the piece of shit that he always is and acknowledges what a moment this is. And that is why Jim Ross and King are the greatest commentary team of all time.
Absolutely. Jerry Lawler, man. I'm changing my pick. The Undertaker's winning at the Royal Rumble now. He has to.
Yes.
What does this mean for the world?
Yeah. This is one of the best moments in the history. I'm going to definitively say one of the best Monday Night Raw moments, arguably one of the best WWE moments.
Absolutely.
It's definitely one of the best Attitude Era moments. It's for sure one of the best Monday Night Raw moments. Go back and watch. So there's 2 things you need to go back and watch on this show. Go back and watch Owen Hart killing Hector with the fucking, or whatever his name is.
Miguel.
Owen Hart killing Miguel with the crutch, and then Kane and Undertaker sharing this. Dude, it's incredible. Back from break, and it is time for the Royal Rumble drawing. And at this point, I paused. I know there's only 4 minutes left of the show. Michael Madrox. This might be one of the worst closing.
This was a WCW fucking ending if I ever seen one.
This is the most WCW ass ending to a Raw I have ever seen.
This
in
is
my
my
entire life.
-7 moment of the night.
It is me too. So everyone is in the ring. Ken Shamrock's music plays. He comes out and then just starts fighting the Nation of Domination
For no
while
reason.
everyone is in the ring. And then they just stop. Then here comes the Honky Tonk Man. For whatever reason. Don't know why.
Honky Tonk Man's entering the Royal Rumble, King.
Here comes the Honky Tonk Man. That's my cousin. Here comes Cactus Jack out now. And then Stone Cold. And everyone, babyface, heel, is looking towards the ramp. And are we forgetting that what the Nation of Domination did to Ken Shamrock earlier?
Everyone
why
just
does Ken
stops
Shamrock
fighting.
just all of a sudden drop his beef? Makes no goddamn sense. Stone Cold comes from the crowd, comes in, hits Phineas Godwin. Phineas I. Godwin. Pig.
For those that don't know.
Yeah. Henry O. Godwin.
Hog.
Just in case you guys didn't realize. Hits him with a stunner, and then everyone just starts fighting.
Not even fighting Austin.
They're just fighting each other.
Just whoever they can grab.
And then up
no
towards the
rhyme or
ramp.
reason.
Up towards the ramp, the Nation of Domination and Savio Vega are just beating the
The
fuck.
OG Nation and The Rock, thank you.
Yeah, they're beating up Stone Cold, and they take him to the back, and then we cut now to the hard cam.
As everyone's brawling.
Everyone, no, they're not anywhere. They've just stopped.
Oh, yeah, they stopped again at this point.
They're all just standing in the ring. And then what I like to think happened is that Raw ran a little short, and they still had some time to fill, and Vince didn't know what to do. And he's back to, God damn it, pal, just hit the music again. Hit Austin's music again. And then here comes, but they've got this hard cam shot, and no one's doing anything. And I think that probably made Vince lose his fucking mind. They send Austin back out just to get beat up, because I think the final shot of the show, this is what I think happened. This is what I think happened. The final shot of the show was supposed to be the Nation and Savio beating down Stone Cold. And let's not even worry about what's going on in the ring.
Yeah.
Then we cut. But I think they fucked up and they cut too soon. And we cut back to the ring and everyone's just kind of standing there. but we got to get the shot, pal. Goddamn. So they send him back out.
They fucking redo it.
And they just redo it.
They just fucking redo it.
They just redo it. And then the show closes where it's supposed to. What a weird ending to the go home
What a
episode.
WCW ending, bro. That's a fucking Russo moment if I ever seen one.
But Russo was writing at this time.
That's true.
So, no, bro, send him back out, bro. That's how we get the heat. Michael Madrox, any final thoughts on this episode of Monday Night Raw?
Show what it was. It was what it needed to be. It set the show for the fucking Rumble. It set the feuds. You knew what the fuck was going on. It set up to build the Rumble and build Austin as the winner.
And I think that was almost a detriment because, again, look at this realistically. Who other than Austin? Who better than Austin is going to win this Royal Rumble?
You had no one. No one, unless they brought in like a big fucking shock superstar or something, like Hogan.
Hogan was still very much contracted by
exactly.
WCW, though.
But like not according to the hotline.
I would be curious to know what that hotline call was. That'd be so cool because there's no archive of any of that.
It's kind of disgusting. Like no one recorded these hotlines.
No one would have thought to do that.
I know, but like
with the ability of hindsight, I mean, with the ability of hindsight, there is so much I would go like with. I mean, granted, there's a lot I would do in my personal life, but like in an archiving way, it'd be like,
exactly.
Man, call this hotline, put it on speakerphone, and then just record it with a camcorder.
Yep.
That would have been so cool. I've asked you this question before. Did you ever call any of those hotlines?
A couple of them.
I never did.
They were always a ripoff.
Oh yeah, what was it, like $3 a minute?
$1.99 for your first 10 minutes, and then 99 cents a minute after. So, but like you'd end up fucking waiting on hold for like 20 minutes.
I remember my uncle and I getting into a chat room to talk with Stone Cold, but we never actually like got through. I do remember
AOL
that.
chat rooms.
Yeah, it was an AOL.
What do you
chat
rate this
room.
one?
On the MadBash scale?
Yep.
We're doing the MadBash scale. I'd give it a 3.5.
I gave it a 2.8.
You're going 2.8.
It was just more of a promo for me than an actual Raw.
Yeah. And here's what I want to point out. Oh, we had it so good back in the day, didn't we? Oh, nowadays all Raw is promos and just a couple of matches. Shut the fuck up. Raw has always been this.
Yes,
The
especially
problem is
before a pay-per-view.
We have been spoiled by this new era of WWE that we now are expecting, and I don't know why I'm speaking with a Jim Cornette cadence right now. We are expecting pay-per-view quality matches on Raw.
We've been getting pay-per-view quality matches on Raw, though, so
that's just the conditioning.
The quantity over quality, man. Back
so,
then.
yeah, I give it a 3.5. I think my match of the night was definitely Los Boricuas versus Taka and Scotty 2 Hotty. Worst match of the night, I'm going to have to go with probably Mero and Vader.
Really, I'm going to have to go with fucking Foley and Goldust.
I don't count that because it never really started. But my minus 7 of the night is definitely this closing segment. Because it just I think, but I don't want to give it that because I think that there was a production snafu. I think that's what happened. It's just my guess.
It was just so weird. Just such a weird ending.
Yeah,
I really did not like the whole limousine.
The whole build up to DX is arriving. DX is arriving.
That's my second place -7 moment of the night. Because why the fuck does it matter that DX is in a limo?
I don't know. But, well, guys, if you watched this episode of Raw, let us know what you think. Anyone on the Patreon, if you watched this episode of Raw, let us know down in the comments. We'll read your comments on the show. And, now we'll read anyone's comments, but, obviously Patreon gets priority. Definitely, I'm telling you, you don't have to watch the whole show. We would like for you. You should. Because we would like to hear your thoughts. But if you're not going to do anything, definitely watch the Owen Hart crutch spot and watch the tag match. because the tag match is good.
Yes.
Or no. Well, what was the? Oh no,
The promo.
the promo.
The
yeah.
second DX
Go ahead
promo.
and watch the tag match because the tag match is good. Specifically, watch it for the Owen Hart crutch spot, and then go back and watch the Taker Triple H DX moment. It was really fucking awesome.
It was pretty good.
Really fucking good. So yeah, that's going to go ahead and do it for this edition of the Spot Show podcast. We're going to be rolling into Paid Ski for those of you that are on the Patreon. I think I'm going crazy, and there is something that I want to discuss on Paid Show, and I want to run it by you a little bit on Paid Show.
Okay.
I think I'm slowly losing my mind, or there is something that's happening that's making
You've
me
been
slowly.
losing your mind since I met you, brother.
Oh, absolutely. It's called starting a production company. But yeah, you can find Madrox on Instagram at the word 1 and then the numbers 900 909 9900. You can find me on Instagram at DWob's Card Shop. Those of you on the Patreon, we're going to be rolling into Paid Show. Look forward to that. And everyone else, we will see you down the road on some form of content.